Hello beautiful K-drama lovers and global Hallyu detectives, welcome back to KDramaVerse, the place where every glance, every rumor, every mysterious photo, and every tiny detail in the Korean entertainment world gets unpacked like the plot twist of your favorite drama. Today's story feels less like news and more like the opening episode of a high-budget thriller, because something strange, exciting, and possibly enormous is brewing around one of the most beloved faces in Asia. Yes, we're talking about none other than Cha Eun-woo, idol, actor, visual legend, and walking definition of unreal. And trust me, what just resurfaced has fans across the world spiraling into full detective mode. So imagine this, you're scrolling peacefully through social media, maybe re-watching clips, liking edits, saving wallpapers, and then suddenly an old photo appears. Not a recent airport shot. Not a drama still. Not a brand campaign. An old, previously overlooked image. At first glance, nothing seems unusual. But then fans zoom in. They enhance. They compare timelines. They cross-reference outfits, backgrounds, people standing nearby. And slowly, a theory forms. Not just any theory, a theory so big it suggests a secret contract, a hidden meeting, and a global megaproject that has been quietly in development for years. What exactly did people see in that photo? That's where things get interesting. The image reportedly shows Eun-woo in what looks like a private setting, not a public event. No stage lights. No press wall. No obvious filming equipment. Yet the people around him don't look like casual friends either. Some appear to be executives or staff, dressed formally, holding documents or tablets. The location itself sparked debate. Some say a hotel conference space, others insist it resembles an overseas production office. And then comes the detail that really sent fans into orbit, a logo partially visible on a folder, blurred but recognizable enough to hint at a major international studio. Now pause for a second. Could this simply be an old business meeting? Of course. Could it be unrelated to any current project? Absolutely. But K-drama fans are not known for ignoring clues. In fact, they treat mystery like oxygen. Within hours, comparisons began circulating. People matched Eun-woo's hairstyle in the photo to specific time periods. Others analyzed his outfit, noting it didn't correspond to any known schedule from that year. Some even checked travel records and fan-taken airport photos to estimate when he might have been abroad. And then someone made a discovery that turned curiosity into full-blown chaos. Around the same time frame as the photo, Eun-woo had reportedly traveled overseas for undisclosed activities. No drama announcement followed. No brand campaign launched immediately afterward. No variety show appearance tied to that trip. It was one of those mysterious schedules agencies sometimes list without details. Normally fans move on. But now, with the resurfaced image, that unexplained trip suddenly looks a lot more significant. So what are people speculating? The biggest rumor points to a large-scale international project, something beyond the usual K-drama or film. Think global streaming platforms, Hollywood-level budgets, cross-border casting, maybe even a franchise starter. Some fans believe it could involve English-language production. Others think it might be a pan-Asian blockbuster designed to dominate multiple markets at once. And a smaller but very loud group is convinced it could be connected to a fantasy or sci-fi epic, given Eun-woo's visual reputation and international appeal. Now let's be real for a moment. Fantajo, Eun-woo's agency, is known for being extremely careful with announcements. They rarely tease projects prematurely. When something is revealed, it's usually already locked in. So if a massive deal had been signed quietly years ago, it wouldn't be entirely out of character for it to remain under wraps until the timing is perfect. But here's where the story becomes even more intriguing. Fans noticed that several global entertainment insiders, producers, casting directors, and industry figures have interacted with Eun-woo's content online over the years. Nothing explicit. No confirmations. Just subtle follows, likes, or event overlaps. Individually, these mean nothing. Together, they start to look like breadcrumbs, and if you followed Eun-woo's career closely, you know he has been steadily expanding beyond idol activities. From chart-topping music with ASTRO to leading roles in hit dramas, brand endorsements across continents, and appearances at international fashion events, his trajectory feels less like a typical idol career and more like a carefully planned global ascent. He isn't just popular. He's recognizable worldwide, even among casual viewers who don't actively follow K-pop or K-dramas. So could a major studio have locked him in early, anticipating his rise? It wouldn't be unprecedented. Hollywood and global platforms often sign talents years before projects materialize, especially when planning franchises or multi-season productions. Contracts can include training, language coaching, image management, and scheduling coordination long before cameras start rolling. Another detail fans keep pointing out is timing. Recently, Eun-woo's schedule has been described as intense yet oddly compartmentalized, bursts of activity followed by quieter periods. Some interpret this as normal workload management. Others suspect it could indicate preparation phases for something that hasn't been announced yet. And let's talk about the emotional side of this frenzy, because it's not just curiosity driving the conversation, it's excitement mixed with pride. For many fans, the idea of Eun-woo leading a global megaproject feels like the natural next step, almost like watching a beloved character reach the final stage of their hero's journey. They remember his early days, the shy smiles, the steady improvement in acting, the moments of vulnerability during interviews. Seeing him potentially step onto an even bigger stage feels deeply personal to those who've supported him from the beginning. But of course, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics argue that the photo could be completely mundane, a brand negotiation, a photoshoot planning session, or even a private event unrelated to entertainment production. They warn against building castles out of pixels. And honestly, they have a point. The K-entertainment world has seen countless rumors flare up and vanish without a trace. Still, what keeps this particular rumor alive is how persistent it has been. Usually, speculation dies down after a few days. This one keeps resurfacing, evolving as new clues appear, a cryptic comment here, a scheduling gap there, an industry report mentioning an unnamed Korean actor attached to an international project. Imagine for a second that it's true. Picture the announcement dropping out of nowhere. Teaser poster, dramatic soundtrack, Eun-woo's face front and center, global press coverage, simultaneous release across continents. Social media would melt. Fan servers would crash. Reaction videos would flood every platform. It would feel less like a typical casting reveal and more like a cultural event. And let me ask you something, if he were to lead a massive international production, what genre would you want to see? Action hero? Dark psychological thriller? Epic fantasy prince? Romantic lead in a sweeping global love story? One of the reasons Eun-woo is such a fascinating figure is his versatility. His visuals scream fairy tale protagonist, but his performances have shown he can handle comedy, vulnerability, and intensity as well. There's also the question of language. Would the project be primarily Korean with international distribution, or fully multilingual? In recent years, global audiences have become far more open to subtitles, meaning a Korean-led production could still dominate worldwide without sacrificing authenticity. At the same time, Eun-woo has demonstrated strong communication skills in international settings, making an English-heavy role plausible too. Some insiders even speculate that the project, if real, could be designed as a bridge between industries. Not Hollywood absorbing Korean talent, but a true collaboration where both sides shape the story. That would align perfectly with the current era of global streaming, where content success is measured by worldwide impact rather than regional box office alone. Yet amid all the theories, one thing remains certain: Eun-woo himself has said nothing. No hints, no cryptic messages, no dramatic statements. Just the usual calm professionalism that has become part of his public image. And strangely, that silence only fuels the mystery further. In the world of fandom, absence of denial can feel like confirmation. What makes this story feel almost cinematic is how it mirrors the plots of many K-dramas themselves. Hidden identities, secret deals, long-buried truths waiting to surface at the perfect moment. It's as if real life decided to imitate fiction, casting one of its biggest stars in a narrative that hasn't revealed its final act yet. So here we are, watching, waiting, analyzing every update like it's the next episode preview. Maybe this will turn out to be nothing more than a fascinating internet mystery. Or maybe, just maybe, we're witnessing the early tremors of something huge, something that will redefine not just Eun-woo's career but the scale of Korean entertainment on the global stage. Until official news arrives, all we have are clues, hopes, and imagination. But sometimes that in-between space is the most exciting part, because anything feels possible. And if there's one thing K-drama fans know how to do, it's believe in plot twists. So tell me, KDramaVerse family, do you think this old photo is proof of a secret megaproject, or just a coincidence blown out of proportion? If an announcement dropped tomorrow revealing Eun-woo as the lead of a worldwide blockbuster, would you be shocked or would you say you saw it coming all along? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is undeniable: the world is watching him, and the next move could be historic. Stay curious, stay dramatic, and keep your detective hats on. Because in the universe of K-drama, the biggest revelations always arrive when you least expect them.